Black Coffee is the gatekeeper of Afro House in South Africa. DJ Cleo was a competition of Black Coffee, and at the same damn time, they were sharing management. Imagine, management. Yeah, there was a crossroad where either one of them has to cross over. And guess who they chose? How can you not play your friend's song in the international market? So him being jealous of OSAMA, it ended up making the song so big, so big. Now everybody, when they think of Zakes Bantwini, they remember OSAMA. They forgot clap your hands and shit like that. And it's funny because maybe it was a diss song to Black Coffee. That song, clap your hands, because you know the nigga can't clap. Maybe he might just step on his feet. But idols, somehow it's partly owned by homosexual people. That's what's been happening. And when you start to become real and raw, they be like, nigga, how could you? You should never forget who feeds you. You should never bite the hands that feed you. After some Gaga came back to the idols, stuff like that. On TV now we tend to see all these homosexual people being given reality shows, being given gigs. So if you are a straight man, chances are high you're not gonna get employed because they're looking for faggots. Because even Patrice, he doesn't own those mines. He's an investor, potential investor. Maybe he got majority shareholders, but those mines are not his. If they are his, the gold that they are extracting from the ground, it's still going outside our country. So DSTV gave those two brothers a deal simply because they are gay couple. Okay, how about these two people tell a narrative of South Africa? Imagine one production is running more than 4 TV shows that are playing every fucking day. Who does that except for Tyler Perry? Because even Tyler Perry in the USA, he is one of the black bourgeoisie. He is guilty by association. Fix bucks. Mr. Zambak fix bucks. You know? Okay, maybe let me just say it proper. Fikile Mbalula is the black bourgeoisie in the political space. Let's do it one more time, right? Once and for all. Where my glasses at? Where my glasses at? Okay. So we're ready, right? And we're rolling and we're recording, right? Everything is on. Okay. So, but then anyway, don't mind me because I've been catching flus recently, and my voice somehow is kind of cliche. I don't. I also don't get it. Somehow I kind of feel like I'm speaking like umzegeze, like yeah, young tola talk. So okay, maybe I might try to speak the neck here and there because of the voice. You know how difficult it is to speak English. Meanwhile, your voice is kind of fucked up. So I'm just gonna try, right? Okay. So today, by the way, welcome back to the LungTrey segment. Yeah. Remember, this is the segment where we're going to be talking, listening, sharing, and laughing. If it's laughable, niggas, oh, you know, you gotta laugh. I mean, that's the whole point. The point is to laugh. So, but today, I just want us to talk about the black bourgeoisie, but I don't know if anybody knows what the black bourgeoisie means. The bourgeoisie literally means bullshit, but in simple terms, I'm talking about gatekeepers. So today, I'm gonna be talking to you motherfuckers about who are the gatekeepers in South Africa, whether they are in the music industry or they are in the film industry or they are in the political side. I'm gonna name drop some of the people, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know I'm a fan somehow, but hey, I gotta tell the truth somehow, at some point. It's our job, right? It's our duty. So, but then, anyways, just wanted to talk about the black bourgeoisie. And to be honest, I can't really say I'm surprised to learn that so and so is the black bourgeoisie of South Africa, because I've been saying this the longest time. I've been seeing it, I've been thinking about it, but now it's here. Now the truth just gotta come out. So let's start with the music industry. Who are the gatekeepers of South Africa in the music industry? Maybe let's talk about the genre first. The genre first, right? In the Afro house genre, the black bourgeoisie is drum roll. You wanna know drum roll? Blah, blah, blah. The black bourgeoisie in the Afro house, it's A, E, C. Do you see how simple that is? A, B, C. Well, just remove the A and be left with B, C. Black Coffee is the gatekeeper of Afro house in South Africa. People might be like, oh, nigga, how could you say that? That's our man, that's our legend. Oh, well, yeah, that's your legend, not mine. That's your legend. He's not a legend to me. The guy is good, but he's not a legend to me. So why am I saying black coffee is the black bourgeoisie of Afro house or the music industry? Okay, let me put it like this, right? Remember, before Africa Rising, Black Coffee used to share a stage with Zakes Bantwini. They used to dance together, DJing, playing back-to-back, shit like that. And then at the same time, Black Coffee's competition was DJ Cleo. DJ Cleo was a competition of Black Coffee, and at the same damn time, they were sharing management. Imagine, management. These motherfuckers been sharing managers, right? International managers and stuff like that. And then what happened was they are so-called, these people called the elites. The elites are the Illuminati. Yeah, Illuminati is probably somebody who's guilty by association. Illuminati doesn't mean you gotta kill people or step people, sacrifice shit, but you can sacrifice careers. So Black Coffee somehow he sacrificed the career of DJ Cleo. Remember, Black Coffee was sharing management with DJ Cleo, and at some point there was a crossroad. Yeah, there was a crossroad where either one of them has to cross over. And guess who they chose? Black Coffee, obviously. Not obviously, but they chose Black Coffee to cross over, right? And then DJ Cleo was left behind. He just won South African awards and stuff like that. He became very big in South Africa and stuff like that. But meanwhile, now Black Coffee is dabbling into the international markets, right? So these two artists were so big, they never had egos. Or maybe they did, they just never revealed it to us as fans and audience, stuff like that, right? So now the fact that Black Coffee is out there playing at Ibiza, Tomorrowland, shit like that, he ended up tapping into the international market that he has to bring it back home. And he decided not to. He decided to stay on his own lane, doing his own. Oh, it's funny because somehow he kind of featured a lane. He stayed in his own lane, you know. So what I'm saying is, ever since that happened, even the Africa Rising, if that crossroad had never occurred, Africa Rising wouldn't have been there. Or maybe Africa Rising, it would have been hosted by DJ Cleo. Yeah, Bamba, so I don't want to talk too much about the international market like that. I just want to make it a fact that remember, even there was a time this other DJ, this other producer, like I said, Black Coffee and Zakes, they used to share a stage. We used to think these niggas were friends. Now, Zakes eventually, some years later, he came up with a dope song, a very powerful song. You remember OSAMA, right? Now, guess what happened? Black Coffee refused to play the song at Ibiza because he said he wanted to involve new cats and stuff like that. Nigga, what the fuck is going on? How can you not play your friend's song in the international market? So him being jealous of OSAMA, it ended up making the song so big. So big. Now everybody, when they think of Zakes Bantwini, they remember OSAMA. They forgot clap your hands and shit like that. And it's funny because maybe it was a diss song to Black Coffee. That song, Clap Your Hands, because, you know, the nigga can't clap. Maybe he might just stamp on his feet. But, you know, what happened is, after Africa Rising, I remember back in the days, Da Capo used to be under a record label of Black Coffee. So Black Coffee groomed only one artist in South Africa. Da Capo. He only groomed Da Capo, and then eventually the nigga, his ego kind of increased and emerged, and he told the Capo that, nigga, you know what? I think you just need to start your own label. Do your own thing. Yeah, you and I, you my boy. I can still hook you up here and there, but I don't want to be managing you and shit like that because I got baggage that I'm coming with. And I doubt you're going to be able to carry those burden and baggages with you. So how about you just do your own thing? Well, okay, I guess it's a good thing because looking at Da Capo now, he's a dope producer. Da Capo is dope. You might even say Da Capo is the next Black Coffee. So, if Africa Rising had never happened, we wouldn't be talking about Black Coffee like this. Tell me your favorite song of Black Coffee. Booyah, Superman, Come With Me. What else? Drive, come on. I mean, those are just dope songs, but they're not big in SA. Black Coffee doesn't plug Apple House producers or DJs to gigs like Ibiza, Tomorrowland. He just do his own thing, and sometimes he be playing back to back with white people. He be like, nigga, what's going on? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? So, but I don't want to be talking a lot like I'm hating or something. Let's just move into the next category of the black bourgeoisie because they're going to come for me with this Black Coffee thing. They really love him. But by the way, I'm drinking coffee, but I've mixed it with milk. Not just coffee, it's coffee and milk. Don't do dry coffee. So, the second black bourgeoisie in South Africa, you know who? You know who, my boy? You know who? I'm talking about the Rainbow Group. Rainbow, I'm not talking about Black Motion, no. The Rainbow, I'm talking about the Rainbow Nation Group. Is it the Homo sapiens or the homosexual people? Yeah, those ones. So, the black bourgeoisie in South Africa under the Rainbow Group. Do you know who that is? Drum roll, motherfucker. Drum roll. Some gaga. That's one of the black bourgeoisie in the Rainbow Group, especially in South Africa. So remember, black bourgeoisie, like I said, it's somebody who's guilty by association. Guilty by association. You don't have to do anything extreme, but because you are associated with certain people, certain groups, you are already guilty. So the black bourgeoisie. Remember when I can't say sexual harassment because those people were married or something. Okay. Remember the allegation of Mohali and Somizi, stuff like that, saying he loved group sex, he loved this thing and all those shit. Okay. What happened is, after those sagas, radios dropped some gaga, right? Alright. They dropped him. We're like, nah, nigga, we don't want to be affiliated with you whatsoever, stuff like that. Somehow, even the idols did the same. Yeah, idols, let's say idols, all those wooden mic bullshit, they dropped him off, right? I don't know what happened to the case, but some months later, he came back to the idols. Let me tell you why he came back to the idol. First of all, they want to make it look like you cannot fire a gay person for the things that were happening in his room privately. They made it look that way. You cannot fire a gay person, more especially if they are black. It was going to be something else, because right now I just discovered that, hey man, that other white judge, he's also a faggot. I don't want to mention his name because they're going to come for me. That other white judge, he's also a faggot. He's gay. And if they fire some gaga, they're going to have to let this other one go. But hey, wait, is he white or is he Indian? Whatever the race is, but he looks kind of white. So, if you're going to fire this other one because of the shenanigans that happened outside the premises, somehow maybe we can find a loophole on this other one. Find a reason to fire him as well. So, some gaga was so smart to a point where he was like, nah, nigga, if you fire me, you might as well fire this other brew, you know. But and then I got to realize that no, that's the whole agenda of what? Of the idols. Ask yourself, nevertheless, ask yourself why Unati was no longer a part of the idol panel. Ask yourself, and then eventually they started bringing homosexual people to become judges. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, homosexual people. Let me just leave it at that. I don't want to drop no names. Even so, basically, idols, somehow it's partly owned by homosexual people. That's what's been happening. And when you start to become real and raw, they be like, nigga, how could you? You should never forget who feeds you. You should never bite the hands that feed you. You should never ever forget who gave you opportunities and stuff like that. When Unati was let go from the idol, I don't know if they fired her or she just decided, you know what, and easy. When that happened, and when eventually Unati had a fall off with her boyfriend, guess who sided with the ex-boyfriend? Somgaga. Somgaga was siding along with the boyfriend. And my thing is, let me just ask this now, a simple question. If I'm your friend and I have a girlfriend, somehow we break up. As my friend, why would you side with my ex-girlfriend? Doesn't make sense, right? Or maybe they were having an affair. We don't know. Because I heard that Gaga, he likes talking about people. He likes gossiping about people, and then later on, he be coming back, apologizing, and because he's part of the rainbow group, we must forgive, right? We should just forgive and forget. But it doesn't work that way. Like I said, even that white guy, like I said, he's a faggot, right? The reason I say he's a faggot is because even the late Mapaputi said it. He said that guy, when he was at YFM, they used to call him Maba. Maba. They said, Asaz no Putino Umama. So Miss Maba. Umama or Ubaba Asaz. That's what he said to Mapaputi. That's not my words. That's the late Mapaputi's words. But now it makes perfect sense. And then here's the thing, right? After some Gaga came back to the idols, stuff like that, on TV now we tend to see all these homosexual people being given reality shows, being given gigs. So if you are a straight man, chances are high you're not gonna get employed because they're looking for faggots. It's crazy, right? Everybody, I don't wanna mention no names, but they know who they are. They know who they are, man. It's fucking bizarre. It's crazy. So these people in the music industry, Black Coffee is pushing a propaganda that no, Africa it's a country that exports sound. Okay, maybe we do, but he doesn't help us. Anybody who exported a sound to a certain continent, they did that by themselves. Black Coffee never gave anybody a handout because he's guilty by association. Sometimes he doesn't want to affiliate himself with certain shenanigans. He's like, and he's because he doesn't want to get his hands dirty, or maybe his hand dirty, but yeah, something like that. And then with Somgaga, it's a propaganda of, you know what, let's give these rainbow people a chance to become presenters, actors, and all those stuff. Some are news anchors on ENCA and stuff like that. So we got faggots telling us how to live our lives. I don't want to mention no names, but they know who they are. Let me go into the film industry. Now this is wild. This is wild, and it's getting more interesting. Just wait. Now, do you know who the black bourgeoisie in the film industry is? Okay, it's funny because even their logo, it's two niggas, a black man and a white man. Two niggas, a black man living under a white man's shadow. I don't know how, because the white man doesn't have a shadow, but the black bourgeoisie in the film industry, you want to know, okay, there's this production called Tshedza Pictures. Do you know Tshedza Pictures? The one that produced Keep City, The River, Guyana Land of what, you name all those bullshit. Yeah. So, the black bourgeoisie in the film industry is who? Patuma Kwarela and Gideon what, and apparently they are couples. They own the production and they are also a couple. So those two guys are gays, basically. So these two people, first thing first, you need to understand that I don't get it. Why is it always a case where for a black man to succeed, they have to get a handout from a white man? We always kissing white man's ass all the fucking time. Why? Why should it be like that all the fucking time? So I don't get what's going on, what's happening. But those two niggas, there's a nigger and a cracker. Sorry about that. I mean, maybe it's the flu. Yeah. Those two people, those two men, okay, let's say those two men, they got a deal from DSTV. And the deal was to produce stories and movies that I can't really say they raise awareness. They're pushing propaganda about the imbalance of what? The imbalance of wait man, like okay. Yeah, they're pushing the propaganda about the imbalance of the black society, the black family. So basically if you can watch Gomorrah, they always talk about crime, rape, accusations, and it's always a black man. If you can go check out The River, they're talking about a black successful woman stealing gold, stealing diamonds, making deals, all those stuff, trying to protect his fucking mind. First of all, in South Africa, who owns a mine in South Africa? A black man or a black woman, to be precise. Because even Patrice, he doesn't own those mines. He's an investor, potential investor. Maybe he got majority shareholders, but those mines are not his. If they are his, the gold that they are extracting from the ground, it's still going outside our country. So it doesn't mean he owns the mine. So if you can look at The River, they're just talking shit like family injustice, crime, mining, police corruption, brutality, striking, and they always show what and who? A black man. They're trying to say that as black people, we are fucked, and at the same time, we can survive everything. Yes, we can survive everything, but why should you always push that narrative that black people were like this? If you can check Deep City, it was shot somewhere in Deep Sloot or Deep Kloof, I don't know, where there's bunch of shacks. Well, that's survival, man. And then they take all those stories, they make fun of it. They make comedy, they make movies. Like I said, as a man, if you are not the straight, if you are straight, chances are high you're not gonna get employed. So that is why we end up employing ourselves because we aren't faggots. So DSTV gave those two brothers a deal simply because they are gay couple. Okay, how about these two people tell a narrative of South Africa? Imagine one production is running more than 4 TV shows that are playing every fucking day. Who does that except for Tyler Perry? Because even Tyler Perry in the USA, he is one of the black bourgeoisie. He is guilty by association. So my thing is, where does it end? And how can other people get opportunities if people are behaving like this? And I remember, like back then, I used to want to become an actor. I'm also a writer too. I used to want to write for Gomorrah, Deep City, The River, shit like that. I wrote tons of script. I sent it to them. I never got a reply because they have their own circle of the Rainbow Group that writes all those stories. The rest of the people, they don't matter. So as long as they got a green light from DSTV to produce and to write and being given funding, come on, man, this is upsetting. And it is so wrong. It's all wrong. I don't get it. But I don't want to be dabbling a lot on those two in the movies. Now, here's another one. Now, this one is kind of scary. Another black bourgeoisie in the reality TV show. Oh, man. It's getting interesting. My BPM, beat per minute. But we ain't got no beats up in this motherfucker. So, another black bourgeoisie in the show, in the reality show, what? You know who that is? Katlego Maboe. My boy. That guy, he's guilty by association. Remember, the ex-girlfriend accused her or opened the case against him, telling us about some emotional abuse, stuff like that. I don't know if there were any physical abuse whatsoever, but eventually when the story dropped, they also dropped him on, what was it? I think it was Express or something or whatever. They dropped him. They were like, nigga, we don't wanna associate ourselves with you. It looks like your hands are dirty. Like, okay, cool. And then eventually the guy started crying over the social media, people trying to understand what happened, what's going on, da 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 da. Everybody thought it's over, man. It's over for this guy. And guess what happened? The lawyer of, I don't know if it's the lawyer of the guy or the lawyer of the ex-girlfriend, he decided to have a conversation with the ex-girlfriend on social media. Imagine that shit. A lawyer, a so-called lawyer, having a back and forth with who? The ex-girlfriend on social media. Eventually, they dropped the charges. You know why? Because they said, oh, the lawyer breached the code of conduct. You're not supposed to do that. It's kind of unethical. So because it's kind of unethical, breaking the code of conduct, stuff like that, now the case is no longer tangible. How? So we're just gonna let all this bullshit slide just because this person was talking to this person on social media. Oh man, oh man. I think that was a foul play. They wanted to make sure that, you know what, maybe the way we fired you is not the right way. How can we bring you back? This guy decided to go and exchange a conversation with someone else on social media, knowing very well that that is against the code of conduct. The charges were dropped, and then eventually the guy got his job back. Are you kidding me? The guy got his job back. I mean, okay, hit me out, right? If I'm working and somebody fires me because of something that happened, maybe from the outside work, they don't even give me a chance to speak up and shit like that. They just fire me on the spot. If I'm found innocent, if that very same person decides to come back and be like, hey nigga, you want your job back? Guess what I'm gonna say? Fuck you! Fuck your job! Fuck your company! Fuck your production! Fuck everybody! Because, first of all, you never even wanted to share my side of the story. But because now I'm innocent, you want me back? Man, fuck you. So it was, but the guy decided to take the job back. Why? Because he's part of those conversations that are unspoken. Guilty by association. Guilty, 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 guilty. But he doesn't want to be like, nah man, you know what? I deserve some justice. Literally, I should take you to court. I should sue you for firing me over some things I never did. Kind of crazy, ain't it? Yeah, it is crazy. Anyways, the last black bourgeoisie. Hey, now we're delving into politics, man. It's crazy out here. I'm trying to tell you something, man. It's crazy and it's wild and it's bizarre. Everything is just, you know what I mean? So, the black bourgeoisie in the political space. You know who? Fixbacks. Mr. Zambak Fixbacks. You know who? Okay, maybe let me just say it proper. Fikile Mbalula is the black bourgeoisie in the political space. People might be like, why you gotta say that? How could you say that? Okay, first of all, I think Fixbacks is the only person who, okay, maybe not the only person, but he's one of the few people who have been reshuffled by the cabinet more than twice. Here's what happened. From 2010 to 2017, this guy was the sports minister, right? Something happened. There were some allegations of money missing and stuff like that. And then they decided to switch lanes. From 2017 to 2018. Yeah, from 2017 to 2018. Now, Fixbacks is the Minister of Police for a year. Okay, maybe let's say it's 2 years or okay, let's say for a year because 2017 to 18, right? How? Another scandal drops again. They reshuffled the nigga again from 19 to 23. Now he's the Minister of Transport. Now, I want to know, what kind of a qualification does this bro have to run from sports minister to police minister to transport minister? You got a qualification in transport and logistics? You got a qualification in military or safety work? You got a police? Come on, man. This guy, whenever he's at the wrong, they try by all means to reshuffle him, change his position from this one to the other one. Now, here's my thing. If you can see somebody being reshuffled like that, that means he is guilty by association, and if they fire him, he gonna reveal all the skeletons that had occurred back in days during apartheid. Because Fixbacks is a very powerful person. He's a very powerful person. You cannot just become Minister of Police, Minister of Transport, Minister of Sport by just being a loose cannon. You know what I mean? So you gotta have a certain, I don't know, a certain proof to make sure that, you know what? And here's the thing. The guy is in association with everybody. He likes everybody. He likes kissing everybody's ass. Kissing not like that, but he likes to roll with everybody. And whenever something bad is happening to someone else, he doesn't say shit. He just keeps quiet. You get what I mean? Those are the black bourgeoisies in South Africa, man. Black Coffee, Somizi, Tshedza Pictures, Fikile Mbalula. Those people are the elites. And if you step on one of those motherfuckers, you will be destroyed. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. You will be destroyed. They will come for you. So, how does the black bourgeoisie work? Black bourgeoisie, it works only when you act like you are ignorant. Meanwhile, you know what's up. That's how everybody be acting. They act like, oh man, I don't know what's going on. Hey, I'm not at liberty to say. But hey, like I said, who am I? I'm nobody, right? Right? Right. And with that being said, this is your boy, PT. And I'm out. Just like that. Peace out, man. I know black bourgeoisie. I'm just gonna tell you like Lee. If they come for me, well, let them come. Let them come. Anyway, I'm out.
Trejo Tebogo from Turf Loop, but currently residing in Brakpan. I'm a scriptwriter and a filmmaker. I've always wanted to study film and TV production, but due to lack of funds, I ended teaching myself how to write scripts, shoot, edit, and direct short films and podcasts. I started a YouTube channel, LungTrey Studio, where I shoot short films and podcasts on my Samsung